That joke, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, let's send it.
All right, take one. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of podcast Warhead. Joined here with Joe Dressel and Pleasant Cook. Both of them race pro stock UTV classes, so we're going to do a little Q&A, have a little discussion time. We'll kick it over to our Q&A guy, Brandon.
Yeah, I'm the host. I'm just not on camera today. A little tight here in this trailer, so.
You get to hear his voice, though.
Matt, if you could buy a bigger trailer for next year, that'd be great. All right, so we'll start off first and foremost. Joe, how did you get into racing?
So, it's always kind of been a family thing. My grandpa, he raced snowmobiles professionally, and then my dad, he raced three-wheelers professionally, and then took forever for me to talk him into getting a dirt bike for me, and finally at 16 I got a dirt bike and it was all over.
Nice.
Started racing dirt bikes and then went on to snowmobiles, so.
Very cool.
I'm sorry, but your dad racing three-wheelers is cooler than anything we've ever
Yeah,
done.
yeah, right.
Like, that is
Right.
pretty legit. Like, I'm jealous.
Yeah,
Like,
we get together at home and race little Honda 73 wheelers on the pond, and he still comes out and plays and has fun.
Still
So-
kicks your butt?
yeah, still winning.
He says that. but
Okay, all right.
I like to cheat. I rip
Oh,
him
yeah.
off the back. You know?
Cut behind him, clothesline him. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Yep.
He's
so,
fine. Don't worry about him. I won.
Yep.
That's how I race too. But
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
That's you. Nice. Cool.
Backstory.
Pleasant.
So I started out with mini monster trucks, third scale monster trucks. I jumped cars, did donuts, wheelies. Nothing like racing a three-wheeler though. Like, doesn't even compare. But kind of got out of that when I turned 18 and wanted something a little bit more competitive. And I was always that little kid at the go-kart track, like, just talking like the most smack I could on everybody there. Like, y'all are going down. You're about to be beat by a young kid. I'm a girl. Like,
Not you.
Oh, I know,
Come on.
right?
No.
I know. It's surprising. I just like kind of bottled it up, but you know. But I always loved racing. I always loved the adrenaline of it. I love
For
like
sure.
I don't know. It's always fun like being out there and when you do pass a guy, like like jokes on you. Pink car. But yeah, I just kind of fell in love with the sport and I mean, just kind of loving what I do at the moment.
How long you been in pro stock?
This is my third year.
Third year. Cool.
Yep, sportsman. I was hanging too many parts for no reason.
And sportsman? For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, pink card. They like it.
Nice. Matt.
Probably not until I was 18. Did a lot of dirt track circle stuff, a little bit of asphalt. Took a break when I had kids. Kids got a little older and started checking out this UTV stuff. Drove a UTV and that was a lot of fun. And one thing led to another. Drove out to California, bought a car, brought it back here, and started racing with these guys.
Yeah.
And same thing on our third season with the UTV. And
Yeah.
we'll see how next year goes too.
Yeah.
Cool. I know there's a story about how you two met. I want to hear it.
He parks out in the middle of the track.
This is a funny story. So 2 years ago, Crandon here, first race. It was both our rookie years.
Yep.
Never raced really a professional race. And we come to Crandon, usually you have practice, usually you have a couple practices.
Or get out on the track even to look at it.
So it's completely rained out, washed out, pulled draw. We drew our starting numbers. And first time ever on the track is a land rush start. So land rush start, we're 12 wide, 3 rows stacked, and they just drop the green flag and you just blinders on and hang on.
And then it was pretty bad because, you know, we hadn't been out there, so you didn't know where you're going to fly off the jumps. You didn't know how hard you had to hit them. But at that time, we figured out really quick that if you're not flat-footed, you're probably going to
Right.
get bumped out of the way or used as a berm.
So the start went good.
Yeah.
And then if anyone's unfamiliar, there's always a halfway comp caution, so they throw the yellow flag, bunch everybody up. And as we were on the caution lap, I'm driving around, and everyone's bunching back up together, and we come up the big Polaris flyaway. Well, the thing that sucks is on the downside of the flyaway where they water, it doesn't get blown off, so it's really greasy and slippery. So, and you can't see. So as soon as I come up and over, everyone's brake checking up, and I'm like, oh no. So I come down the hill and I just stab the brakes and I just hit the guy in front of me. He smashes into the back of me.
Yeah.
And then whatever, the race finished. I don't know where we finished. But like 2 days later, I sent him a message. I'm like, oh, I feel bad because I'm just this new guy and he's cool. He's got a cool ArctiCat car.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey man, sorry for the jump and you whatever brake check and you get into me and we started talking.
Yeah.
And funny story, I kind of did the same thing to her
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
at the same track. So it was a restart. I think it was maybe it was the same year.
Probably. I
It
think
was
that was
probably
my
the
first
same
year, yeah.
So
Because I had my mud tires on, everybody laughed at me, and then it rained it out, and I was like, "Ooh, who's laughing now?" Like,
yeah,
I'm about
so,
to be driving around, y'all.
Right?
so we're coming to the green flag, and she's right in front of me, and I mistimed it, and just right in the back of her. So same thing. I reached out. I'm like, hey, sorry for demolishing your rear bumper, but
It's okay. Do you know how many times I've accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake on those things? Like, just full on, getting ready. Oh no, I hit that guy. I'm sorry. I'm like yelling in my car. I'm sorry. Like he could hear me, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
but yeah, we've all matured. We no longer do that.
Right.
Nope.
We all just like ride the brake a little bit.
Yeah.
We know what to look for off those.
Or like,
Those jumps.
you know, nowadays if I'm lucky enough to start out in qualifying in front of him, he likes to dun, 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 all the way around all the way till we go to green flag and he's bumping me. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Speed up.
Oh yeah.
So,
Nice.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
Robbins racing, guys.
definitely.
oh yes, especially this season.
Yeah. Right.
Cool. Favorite time on the track this year?
Oh, starting on the pole at Park River. That was had a good qualifying run. Pulled a good invert. Started up front. Ripped the whole shot on the start. Led a lap. Made a couple mistakes, but finished fourth. So that was my favorite time. Favorite time on the track.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
Yeah. Should we come back? What you think
Yeah,
about
circle back.
I don't know. Anytime you're on a track's fun, right? Just the adrenaline. Being on the track with him, just whatever, you know. I have a cousin that races too, and so anytime we get out there, and it's just a good time, you know. The adrenaline. I haven't had a standout race yet this year, so I don't say that I have anything going for me yet, but we turned it around at the last race and we made some changes, and you know, this weekend pretty good. I'm starting on the front row, so we'll see what
this
we can
weekend?
do,
Yeah.
because this is always a fun track. So
This is gonna be the weekend.
yeah,
This is gonna be a race to remember.
yeah. Hopefully, I'm not the one flipping through the air, but yeah.
It's okay to probably be me again.
Running down the front stretch with my shirt off.
Yeah. I told a guy that today. I met this like dude that's like all buff, and I'm like, hey, if you could just like stand down there by like the sign and like take your shirt off and like just embarrass everybody out there while I'm going out, it'd be great. Like just like just we'll team up right now. We're teaming up. You can just distract them. I got you. But my favorite time on the track was I had a lot of fun at Spring Crandon. Me and one of my friends were Jordy Reed were like hitting each other the entire time. He would only pass, so like I'm literally hitting him every single corner. I'm like, please let me around you, like just slide away, because every time I go to pass, he'd push back in. I'm like, great, this is how we're going. But it was actually a lot of fun. It was a good time. It was a lot of adrenaline, just trying to just passing people. I feel like it gets so boring when you're by yourself.
Yes.
And you're just driving around for no reason, and yeah.
So that's one of the reasons they do the competition caution, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you started to explain it. I think you did a good job. Everyone bunches back up, and then it's like basically a restart of the race.
Yeah, it makes it good for the fans. So, whatever. If one guy gets away or a couple guys get away, you still bring it back together. So, and it takes planning too. Like,
Oh yes.
there's going to be the halfway point. So, how hard do you push? Where are you sitting? Do you want to save some in the tank, or do you want to put it all out in the first half?
Right. Yeah. I like to try to wait to the second half usually, because
Yeah.
it's just lot
Just how
easier
you
to
want.
save the car, you know.
Track might come into your setup.
Right. There's so many different things that play into
Yeah. A lot of variables.
that. Yeah.
I always forget about them until they're happening. I'm like, oh yeah, we did this. Hi everybody. I'm like talking to my spotter. I'm like, man, this is a lot of fun. He's like, you're supposed to be like focused. I'm like, yeah, but I like this track. This is a nice track. Sorry, I'm like shivering over here. By the way, too.
Yeah, it's cold here.
outside. All right.
We need a heater in here.
I am like shivering. I'm like, I know I probably look like a freaking.
I mean, it is
chihuahua
summertime,
over
right?
here.
Right. And Matt wouldn't buy us a trailer wide enough for 4 people or with a
Right.
heater. This is awful, right?
Yeah, gosh dang it, Matt.
I know.
I'll buy it off of you. I like this trailer. It's a nice trailer.
It is nice fun.
Yeah, it's a nice
So
trailer.
like Fall Crandon last year on setup, like we made a gamble, right? We
Oh,
put
for sure.
Players on. Like maybe talk about
My
that.
tires. They're
Like,
fine.
just setup stuff.
Yeah, last fall was an industry race. We finished 5th.
Also, I think talking about like what is it about Crandon that's so
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna wait
yeah.
for that one because it's like we're here
It's
and
so
that's what everyone
iconic.
talks about. Like what
I'm
makes Crandon so special. I wanted to wait till the end because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
once you get there, it's like everything else is kind of downhill from that.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Oh, we can talk
I've
about
never
Crandon.
been to Crandon, and even I'm like, this is fucking awesome. You know, like
Yeah, you feel the energy.
you feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Lena's cool. Crandon.
But even Fall Crandon
Yeah.
is just like elevated
Yeah.
from Spring Crandon.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
this is like this whole town's like holiday. Like they're like rain or shine, we're out there, we're watching.
oh,
and it's
hardcore.
every time you still can't find a seat in the stands because there's so many people because they're just
Yeah.
all so
Well,
excited.
It goes from 1,900 people to 60,000 people
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
overnight.
overnight.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So don't try and go to the restaurants here because you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Yeah, even I tried to like pick it up and bring it back in the gate, and it took me an hour from Highway 8 to get back into the gate,
Oh.
and that might be what, I don't know, a half a mile. You know,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
an hour to go half a mile. All right, so we talked about the best time on the track or your favorite time on the track. What was
Yeah.
the worst time? You would be like plenty of times that I could think of.
I can hold back and
Yeah.
because I have like 50
Yeah.
this year, but
Let's say too many to
All right,
count.
we'll start with
I'm going
Pleasant.
over
then.
here and sip my drink.
Pleasant doesn't have bad times on the track, so let's hear
This
it.
is a really good drink. I don't know. I had a lot of issues at Bark River, and I actually blew both my primary and secondary clutch, and it was sketchy because like I came off of a jump and I felt it, and I'm like, that was not just a belt. Like that was something big. Like something happened. I'm like, great, I blew a motor. I'm like, here we go. This is what we're doing with, and now I end up just pulling straight off, and the guy's like, yeah. We watched you go off the jump and we seen my parts go flying. And I'm like, thanks, cool. Can you put them up for me, please? I need those. If we could tape them back together or something. But yeah, we ended up, it sucked. I got pulled off, looked at them, and those things were pretty well destroyed. But we ended up getting fixed for the next day and got to go back out and run a couple laps. So
Nice.
yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of times too, like the stuff that happens that sucks, it's still like you gotta expect it. It's still
Yeah,
part of
right.
the journey. Everybody has that day, like
Yeah. And
You learn.
the team comes through every time.
exactly,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
It's like a Talladega Nights, and we're still very dear friends.
Yeah. Right.
Well, if you ever have any issues with like parts and accessories on your machine, warhead.com, we can certainly hook you
Ooh,
guys
look
up.
at that! Look
alright?
at that! Plug. Here's the website. Website here.
Yeah. And you, I mean, so you're parked, for those of you on camera, or behind the camera, right? You're parked right across the road from us this
Yep.
time. We saw you working on your car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good to go? Good to
It's
for
good to
this
go
weekend?
now, yeah.
Nice.
I had a mechanical issue pulling it on the trailer yesterday morning, like right before practice, right before qualifying. And apparently it got, somehow my module in there got set to Can-Am or something, so like the car wouldn't run right,
wow.
and I had no power steering, but we got it all completely fixed, so we're good to go for racing.
Nice.
I'm gonna be starting right next to you.
I know.
I'm taking you out. I
Let's
can't
do it.
wait. I'm
Let's
gonna be
do
like,
it.
Whoop! Sorry. Don't mind the pink car. I'm a girl. I didn't know what I was doing.
I might have more pick on my car than you though.
Actually, I think you do. Yeah.
See?
Hey, I'm trying something new. Okay. See if I get less hit. They're gonna think you are mean. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's the girl." Whoop. Oh, that was Matt.
Oh, that's my problem.
That's it.
Now it makes
Now
sense.
you know. Now you
Yeah.
know. I did that on purpose.
Right.
That's why we're matching.
Absolutely.
Joe, worst time on the track this year?
Go. So we go out and right away. This is a new track this season, and it was pretty rough. Like they didn't have it set up the best for UTVs and stuff, and we go out there and I tried hucking a jump, making a double out of it, and ended up busting one of my shocks, and of course ended up having to borrow a set from a buddy, and they were super soft, so we went out and for qualifying with just garbage shocks, and my back was all jacked up after that, so it sucked because whatever, but we salvaged. We finished in 8th and a 9th there, and you know I set out a goal to try to be in the top 5 this year, and you know was there for part of the season, so
Yeah.
that was pretty good for me, you know, at first. So.
Oh wait, can I change mine? My bad time on the track was actually when he almost hit me when I rolled. So I
you're
want
at
to throw
Crandon?
that out there. Yeah, last Crandon, it was kind of a deal. They called me 4x4 Crashy for a reason. Yeah, okay.
Hey, but
anyways.
we give you credit, man. You're out here doing it, right?
I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they roll me back over. I keep going. I'm good.
Yep,
I'm fine. My head hurts a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other girls that are racing?
So I'm the only girl in my class. I think, right? Yeah.
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 There is one in pro mod,
Yeah.
two in sportsman, and Mia's racing a pro light. Yeah, I don't think there's any other. Corey Weller's racing the pro mod
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, she's out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ella Holcher.
Yeah, Ella Holcher.
Yep.
I can't say that to be honest.
Vulture, yep.
Holcher. Yeah, there's a lot of girls in the 570 class, or 170.
Yeah.
Yeah, 170s.
Yeah, I was surprised today
Yeah, yeah.
watching the 175 70s.
Yeah.
I think one
Lot of young girls.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
That's awesome though. Like
Yeah.
I definitely think
They're
there's
out of
more.
Arizona, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. She did real well.
Yeah, she's fast.
Ugh, those
For
warm
sure.
weather people.
Yeah.
Jealous.
They're probably really cold
Oh,
though.
they're not having a good time there right
Right.
now. No.
No, having to watch that Crandon Mun, not fun.
No.
Oh, that was the one good thing about not going out for practice and qualifying.
Clean car.
I had a clean car for that parade.
Ready
Yeah.
for that gram shot.
I was like, ooh, look at that. Man, y'all are dirty. suck. Starting in the back.
All right, so I'm gonna let Tyler put a new card in because we got to hear about the worst times that you have on the track, and that might take a couple hours.
Yeah, that could be a lot.
That's terrible.
We need all the time we can get. I'm just kidding.
Oof.
I bet I could beat you.
Yeah, you've had a.
This
you've had
year?
you know what though? You've had a lot of luck though. You didn't get no DNFs off all them blown motors.
One I
when
did.
you're. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But you blew a couple motors up.
Three,
As you're-
three blown engines and only one DNF.
For
after
the new
after
fans.
you're
Yeah.
driving
Oh.
off the track.
DNF did not finish.
Did not finish. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I passed you one time too during one of those.
Probably.
It made me feel really cool. I was like, oh, it's Matt. Bye, Matt.
The worst is hitting the K-rail at 40
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Yeah.
The worst one this year was 50 feet from the checkered flag, got in some contact with a guy, turned my car sideways at about 60, and by the time we hit the K-rail, probably smoked it at 45. Right, the end of a K-rail, not even the nice side, the end. Right in the
There's a nice side of K-roll,
yeah the flat side, not the pierce through your car side.
not the jagged edges.
It's always scary. I was right behind him and had to watch that all happen. I was just like, oh my god, I hope he's okay. You know.
Yeah, so that one hurt. So probably would have finished 5th, 6th, and we ended up, I don't know, finished in 16th. We did back up, and the car was drivable. Drove over the finish line.
I still can't believe that. you didn't drive that.
But yeah, but then my awesome crew put the car back together overnight when I thought the car was totaled. That's the one thing about off-road racing is the team, the family, your race family. It's almost undescribable how 100 people will bend over backwards to help
Oh, of course.
somebody they don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
like said that like in every interview. Like, yeah, I get it. Racing, like when we're out there, we're all competitive. It's fun and stuff. But you guys don't understand like the family and like the racing community.
So you were talking about the
I forgot.
family.
Oh,
the
yeah,
family
that
game.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Like, I mean, like these guys. You guys have never had to help me. Like, I've never. Like, there's no.
I'll was it last year we were down in the way back there
Cutting the
grinding on
primary
a
clutch off the
clutch,
crankshaft.
cutting it off or whatever?
Yeah.
You kind of have some issues with clutching,
I
don't
have a
you?
lot of issues, just period, alright? It's not just my car, anyways. But no, like, you guys did not have to help me to do that.
Right.
No,
There was
absolutely
no
not.
reason y'all had to actually help me, and, like, I've never met you guys before until I started racing, and, like,
Yeah.
you really do make, like, some of your best friends here.
Definitely.
And it's, like, it doesn't matter the fact that we all race the same course, we're all in the
Absolutely
same
not.
class. Like, it really does not matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I love Joe to death, but when he passes me on the track, that ain't happening.
Nope.
That's me.
well,
I got you
that's-
tomorrow. I got you. All right. I'm still at 20.
That's the truth. I mean,
Right.
that I expect if I'm leaving the door open and he can't pass me legit, I'm expecting a bump a little bit or whatever, you know. And we got a lot of time racing against each other because for some reason for the last 3 years,
yeah.
either I'm in front of him by one or he's in front of me by one or two, and you know at some point in the race we're right by each other. So we ever get testing or practicing together, we can ride right next to each other, and it's a blast.
Yeah.
You kind of know what we're doing, you know. You know what each other's gonna do. It's
I always
crazy.
see you guys during like competition yellow. Like I can see like the two RS1s, like your bright car.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, there they are. Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm back here.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
So that is nice about Matt's car. It's like you don't have to know the number or anything. You just look for.
You see it.
See the color.
It just like catches your eye. It's like,
Exactly. Right.
That's him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's easy for that spotter.
Right.
Maybe
Definitely. It's easy for the spotter.
Hey Spotter, how do you like it?
Talk about your spotter
I
game.
tell you what, it's a hell of a lot easier when you're out in the lead.
So I
I don't
have
have to look anywhere in the field. I know where you're at.
I have a really good relationship with my spotter. So we're doing this podcast right now, and my spotter's actually off camera right now spotting for me.
right.
Absolutely.
He's holding cue cards up. You guys
With
don't know.
mustache and all.
Yeah, we're gonna show you that mustache. You
Yeah.
saw it in the intro to podcast 3, but
It's the mullet.
I'm about to say the mullet is
we're
way
gonna show
more
the mullet
impressive.
today.
Yeah.
The mullet.
Yeah.
Something about mullets, guys. Something
So-
about mullets.
How is it that you want his car so bad now? Why you want to get back into RS1? You started.
I know.
there,
I
right?
do want an RS1. I think ituld be a lot of fun. Yeah, that was my first car I ever raced was an RS1 and at ERX in Bark River. It was a bright pink one. Of course, I rolled it, and I still finished 9th when I rolled.
Yeah.
I was really proud of myself. My first race ever. I have not a clue how I did that, but yeah, no, I do miss the RS1 days.
So what made you decide to get back in a 2-seater? Because he had a 2-seater, and then he came and
Yeah.
we were gonna do some testing with some tires and whatnot at my track, and my dad convinced him to hop in my RS1, and he was spinning faster lap times in my RS1 than he was his own car, and he was like, what
Yeah.
the heck,
In about 10 minutes.
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, so I didn't really have my RS1 was not set up right. Like
Right,
it
yeah.
was. I think the shocks were too big on it, and it just had some issues. And it was actually owned by another team that I had raced for a couple races, but me and the guy didn't really get along the greatest.
Yep,
so I
yep.
switched over. I drove a Yamaha for a race for under Bikeman, and then
how did that go? Well, I mean, what like Yamahas are scary as
man,
hell,
well, it's fun. It was a lot of fun. I do like the Yamaha setup. It was nice.
but jumping when they nosedive, then
I never really nosedived that much.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a good driver.
Yeah.
On the drive.
Okay. Right.
Anyways, I actually I blew the motor
Oh.
when I drove the Yamaha, so it wasn't the best deal for me, but she's making a little visit.
I didn't see that.
She was making a little intro in it. Oh, hey guys. Anyways, but yeah, I actually ended up blowing the motor, so that didn't really last too long for me. And then, no, I ended up this 2-seater came up as John Grouse's old car, and
Yeah.
it was an amazing deal on it, and I couldn't say no. So
Right. Okay.
I love my car. I like my 2-seater a lot. It's comfortable for me now. Like it's just so like I don't know,
RS1 next year.
maybe.
So for someone who has never gone to a race,
Yep.
they maybe have ridden the trail, they know what these can do on the trail. Explain the differences on the track between a Polaris.
You don't have to worry about a tree.
No.
Just another car, like me. Like the pink one rolling in front of you. I'm just kidding.
I mean, just the differences like in the car setup and what the expectations.
So in pro stock class, typically 3 manufacturers. It's going to be a Yamaha YXZ, 2-seat, side-by-side, manual gearbox, stick or a paddle, 2 different models. Polaris, you can run a 2-seat, which Pleasant runs, or
I think I'm the only one.
the single seat where you sit in the center RS1 that Joe and I drive.
Yep.
And then Textron or Articat, whatever they're going by nowadays. Textron. That's a side-by-side 2-seater, a little longer wheelbase. Runs a Yamaha engine,
Yep.
but on a belt. And then every now and then you'll see a Honda Talon,
Yep.
but that's really it.
Right.
Like setup wise and stuff, definitely like our cars can take more, and like I've watched a stock Razor roll over and just bend cages, or like just how much goes into our cars for like safety and stuff like that too. Like we're wearing full, like we have massive seats. Like, do you guys run the big like
Containment.
seats?
Full
Yeah, full
containment.
containment. Yeah, just like little things like that. It's just, it's different. There's or not as much differences as people would think to where it'd be like completely unattainable.
Right.
It's super easy to get it. Like it's very attainable for anybody new wanting to come into like the racing scene. But I definitely would not come out here in like a stock vehicle.
Yeah, right.
No.
Like I would not hit that track. Mm-mm.
For sure.
What kind of tires you guys running?
Gladiator tires.
Yeah, that was for you.
The new
Now,
UTV
you two.
tires.
Yeah. Round
Well,
ones.
We are actually running tires you can go to Walmart and buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're running some Toyo
Snow tires.
snow tires. You know.
So
That's-
this year the rules changed a little bit with the tires, and the best thing that's working right now is automotive snow tires.
Yeah.
Some people are running Toyos, Yokohamas, Maxxis,
Blizzaks.
Coopers, Bridgestones,
Yeah.
Gladiators.
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 I gotta throw it in as my plug. Let's go. Just whoop.
But yeah, DOT snow tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. UTV/truck tires.
Yep.
Just one of the main rules there.
And then when it gets wet, what do you guys run?
A lot of options. My go-to this year would be a Maxxis Ceros, which a lot of trail guys actually run. I think they come stock on a YXZ still.
Yep. Yeah.
I think you're in the same boat.
Yeah, I got a set of Ceros. So one of the biggest things, like for us, with the RS1 or a belt car is to, or any car, I guess, right, is to try to get the lightest tire,
Yep.
and you know, for rotating maps purposes and stuff, and
What is
and
it
to
like?
try to find a tire that's gonna be decent enough to get some grip in the mud, or even, you know, if there was a tire that had a good compound, and you know, you could hook up good, but right now it's the car tire that's
Right.
there. But that's one of them setup things, you know, you try. And Which kind of nice, because like, you know, being buddies with Matt, and you know, we teamed up, and you know, Robert Luar, you know, we all kind of talk, and you know, I started out with one thing, Matt started out with these tires, and I ended up switching because I was running the Coopers, and
Right.
they just work better, you know.
Right.
So it's kind of nice to be able to not have to go buy when you can team up with some people.
Yep.
You know.
A lot of data to share.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's definitely like put you guys ahead, I'm sure too. Like what learning stuff by yourself, and then like having a whole team, like putting yourself ahead on that knowledge. Like
Right.
now having it, like that's a couple years worth of knowledge you can throw into 1 year with just 3 people. Like
Right.
it's just like
Well, it's
a lot
just
of
not
planning.
even that. Like we got people like Matt Spotter and
Yeah.
a couple other guys that are really good in the business, and they've done it. You know, they've raced. If you're open to listening,
Yep.
you can learn a lot. I struggle sometimes with that.
No.
Me too, actually.
No.
Yeah.
I don't take
But-
criticism well either. It happens.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But
Sometimes. I'm just kidding.
it's you also got to be able to know your car or whatever,
Yep.
and be able to, okay, this is what it's doing, and know how to explain it. And I struggle with that. I'm still kind of learning that scenario, but
Like knowing what you're comfortable with too, I feel like is a big thing. Like
oh, for sure.
Right.
yeah, I could do this, and I know it's technically better, but I'm more comfortable doing it this way just because I know like this is my reasoning.
All right, so this question Pleasant, you can answer from a different angle, but the two of you have kids that are racing in the 170 and 570 class,
Yep.
and it's kind of neat. You think you're a race car driver, you're grown up, and well, these kids are what, 6 years old?
Yeah,
Some
6
of
to
the-
12.
Yeah, 6 to 12 years
12
old.
in a 170 class. Yep.
Yeah. And they're putting on all the same gear. They're racing on the same track, the same course that the older people are, and it's kind of neat to see that and see them take cues from their spotter, or make mistakes on the track or make corrections on the track, just based on what they're learning in the previous lap. So I don't know, Joe. I know you're a proud dad today, so you want to talk about what happened today with you and your son?
Yeah, so my boys have been doing really well this year. So my middle boy, Grant, we got him into racing last year, and we had a lot of bad luck last year. We had an electrical issue that we didn't really get right. We couldn't figure it out, and we ended up getting everything kind of squared away this year, and both the kids been doing really good. Grant's been doing well, and then now Ethan, it was his first year, and I wasn't sure, like, bringing on 2 extra cars is tremendous amount of extra work.
Yeah.
And
Besides
so we
cheerleading.
watched Matt do it
Yeah,
last
right.
year, and he kind of, he's like, dude, you just should do it. Well, then they came up with that 570 class, so I stuck Ethan, my oldest, in. He's 14, and so that class you can go to 12 to 16 in. And today he ripped an awesome hole shot, and it was kind of slick and muddy out there, and
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the first races that he's gotten to play with that conditions and stuff. So, but he ended up landing on the box and got second place again here. So he's had a few good runs this season. So it's super fun. Like, it's hard for me to spot for him. We were talking about spotters and whatever, and I made Matt spot today. Usually my dad spots, and we're so fall cramming, it's like, oh, we want him on that box, it's the race to be at, the race you want to do good at, and
Definitely.
whatever. And it's funny because I look up at Matt and he's looking down at me, and I'm pacing, and he's just like, oh man,
Are you sending him text messages? Hey, tell him this.
nope.
No,
Nope.
it was a really tight race, and kid
We-
did good.
Yeah, we Dad and I tell him to close the door or whatever and try to drive the car versus telling him how to let him race. And I was on a set of headphones or the radios today, and I got to listen to how Matt spotted, and
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can go.
it's a whole different ball game when you listen to different spotters and whatever and see what works. And Ethan really reacted really well with Matt, and they had it together today, and they had fun.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like, what have I said? 15 words to your kid,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you see him cross the finish line, and all of us were just sprinting towards that podium.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
To be a part of it. Of course,
But-
he's wearing a Warhead hat. No big deal, right?
Yeah.
It's just.
Where can you get
awesome.
that hat?
Yeah, you get that at warhead.com.
But as you know, though,
That's all I
right?
can
You come into the racing
there.
community and or just even UTV community. You get brought in into it, and then next thing your family. I mean,
Right.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt, you got 2 little ones.
Yeah.
70 class.
Got Ashton Abbey, 8 and 10.
Girl power.
Yeah, more right. We're just talking about that.
Yeah.
More girls.
More
There's
girls.
More and more girls get into racing.
They are killing it out there too.
Second year in, I think the biggest thing with the kids is make sure they're having fun.
Yeah, oh
and
yeah, for
not
sure.
there's so much you can critique and want to change now.
The biggest thing I have is my kids got on the podium, and now I'm expecting that, and it's I can't do that. I don't want to put that pressure on them. I want them to enjoy it.
Right.
But it's cool because both my kids now they're hooked.
Yeah.
They're taking their responsibilities. They're washing their own cars. They're helping work on stuff now, and it went from wanting to play video games or whatever to now it's opening up. They're playing with tools a little bit more and putting that I want to win on themselves. It's I don't have to light that fire anymore.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the life skills that they learn at a young
Oh,
age,
for sure.
the communication, to be outgoing, to be able to talk, to
Yeah.
I mean, their friends and their base just expands throughout the season.
Right. How what's your guys' opinion on like this versus a team sport? Like, I think you grow more in this than a team sport.
This definitely teaches you a lot more because you have to be able to talk to people. Like you have to be outgoing. You have to
Yeah.
like they're learning that they're gonna be role models.
Yeah.
Like you are now a role model. You are like you're taken accountable for your actions and like we said about the winning thing. Like when a team wins, when your whole team wins, that's cool because it's like the whole group. But when they went out there, they're like that was just me. That
Yep.
was me. I
Right.
did this. This is something I did, and I don't know. I grew up like doing all this stuff, like doing the mini monster truck and stuff. And I think I was 15 when I did it, and it kind of taught me so much more in life that, hey, like I was bullied in high school or junior high, and then in high school. So like growing up and getting away from that and telling myself like, hey, I'm actually more than what this high school is telling me.
Yeah,
I am
right,
more than what these people
right.
are telling me.
For
I can
sure.
do these things that I can do this. Like this is something way better, way bigger, and I think that's important for kids to know. Like, hey, it's not just this. Like,
For sure.
you have so many more opportunities if you can just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even think like the series that we're in, we travel throughout the Midwest. So
Right.
you're getting to connect with all those different people and
Towns. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you it's crazy. Like, you come to Crandon and like, this is like almost like what their 4th of July parade or
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
I mean, it's just
Oh, yeah.
insane here. You know. So you know a lot of these towns just. It's awesome how they accept the racers and open up their doors and you know.
Like, this is their holiday.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
for
it's-
sure. Like, they let out of school. Like, the kids were telling me they let out school and everything for like the parade and
Yeah,
like to go
right.
downtown, and like the super fans and stuff that are around here that are just pumped to see everybody and to be here. And then like you see them from like last year and years before, and it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely really cool.
It is. It's, you know. We become friends. So
Yeah.
I'm from Minnesota. He's from Wisconsin, and you know, I mean, I've met people when I went down to Texas racing that I've become friends with, and you know, they invite me down there and they want me to come race down there.
Yeah.
And it's
it's a cool community.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a cool community. So at Lena, and I was just commenting to Matt about this, you have tens of thousands of dollars worth of tools sitting out, and it's like, it's race time, we gotta go. You're not throwing those tens of thousands of dollars worth of tools in the trailer. I'm not saying this for any thief that's on the back end of this podcast who wants to come get some tools, but
First
like,
of all, I got a story
like-
to tell you.
like, everybody trusts
I won't be
everybody.
leaving that out
Like,
right
you know,
now.
my son was running around for 3 days at Lena, you know,
Yeah.
with his buddy, you know, Joe's
Yeah.
kid. So I mean, it's like, it's a
And look at
It's
that. I mean, your boy and my boy.
Yeah.
They made such good friends with themselves. They locked themselves in the dang trailer. We're like, where'd they go?
Yeah, and actually, my son he got out of school today, and the first thing he wanted to do is come up here. So
That's
I'm always
awesome,
up
yeah.
here just to play with Reed and see the races. So and it's really cool. It's a neat community. Although I'd say the whole UTV community is just like that.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like anything. Like I've been to Glamis, and like everybody's just so nice and welcoming and like
You don't have
open
to brag, you've
arms.
been to Glamis.
No, you guys haven't been to Glamis yet? Wow.
We didn't get the invite. Just saying.
Man, maybe I should talk more. I'm just kidding.
Well, you do know kind of that's Warren's backstory, going on fun rides. So
Yeah, I mean, that's what it all is about, though.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's-
and you
yeah.
make those friends on those rides. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like the high lift or mud nats, the off road
Right.
nats, the Glamis, like the trail riding, Moab, anything.
Racing,
You make
yeah,
friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just how it is. I've made friends in California that are like family to me,
Sure.
and it's just this industry. It's a nice industry. It's very open arms, welcoming, and it's great.
Yeah. I agree.
Cool.
Those are
Alright.
loud. I don't know what those are out there, but they're kind of loud.
I know. So
They're
if you guys
interrupting.
Yeah, if you guys can hear that in the background, I don't know because we got a mic in here, but
They sound like
they're
things
racing
that
in the
can't-
background. We close up this trailer, right? We're
Yeah.
on the air, so we're gonna get going here.
It'd probably be quiet if it was insulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should work on that.
but, no heat.
Gosh dang,
Yeah,
Matt.
No insulation, not wide enough.
We're gonna
It's not
die.
a double
Oh
decker.
my gosh.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
So
fine.
we're up to
Yeah, where's the
six.
semi?
Yeah.
I'm trying to, where's the semi, guys?
Oh.
He makes me sleep in the hole in the floor.
With the with
Actually,
that
that's where the
blanket
homeless
right
guy
there.
from episode 1 is.
Yeah. He's actually behind that tarp right there, Ernest. We ain't talking about it. Sorry, gosh, I talk too much. It's the oxygen I'm losing in here.
Yeah, we found a new purpose for Camera Guy's blanket. If you remember from West Virginia trip, it's right here. Might go up for sale. Taking bids.
For charity.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna end it here.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
let's talk about Crandon. So we touched on it a little bit. Why is Crandon so important? And then all three of you, I want each of you to discuss why it's important to you individually. So Matt, talk about Crandon. 52 years.
Let's go.
52 years.
Start from the beginning. I want one highlight from every single year, please.
All right. So in 1902.
Yeah. I was here, sitting on that corner.
So Crandon was basically the birthplace of short course off-road. Originally it started off as a 100-mile race through the woods, through the trails. I couldn't even imagine doing that nowadays.
Oh gosh.
That'd be so much fun. Are you kidding me? I would love it.
Right.
And some of those like vehicles that they drove too, like you
Oh,
take
yeah,
pictures
just-
of it, just full
Right.
crank, just woo.
But everybody comes to it just because it's built that aura. I think it's the longest running off-road race.
Yes,
So 52
it is.
years.
52
No
years.
one else is close to that. Track is pretty much the same. It changes very little from decade to decade, even.
Yeah.
Largest attendance, I think at the 50th, they were close to 100,000 people. But
They were saying this one is.
I think the racer count, it's higher this year,
Oh, yeah,
100,000
yeah.
people plus Kid Rock. I mean, I'm just saying.
right?
That was
Right.
It was
pretty
epic.
legit. It was a
That's
good day.
pretty cool. Is
Y'all missed out.
They don't just make it about racing too, right? Because it's a giant family, or it's a family deal, and they have things like they have rides here. I mean, my
Yeah.
middle kid went and did that ride that nobody else in our group wanted to do. I wouldn't go on a dang ride with them, but it was pretty sweet. They had Ferris wheel
Because
rides.
it was like a Ferris
they have
wheel and,
RC
like, the little
tracks, and
Yeah.
I mean, they got something for everybody in there.
Definitely.
Yeah, Kid Rock.
Yeah.
So even as a kid, my dad would bring me here, and it was Labor Day weekend. You go to Crandon, and so from little on, I always came, and I mean, racing here, it's I can remember as a kid sitting standing like, oh, that'd be so cool to get out there someday. And I still remember the first time I hit the track in that race, and it's like you feel the importance of it. I mean, yeah, we're in Wisconsin. It's like Packers and Lambeau Field. It's like Indy cars and Indy Motor Speedway. It's Charlotte or whatever of NASCAR.
Snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Lots of snowmobiles.
But it's just, I think it's just because every part of the country drivers are coming to it. So the competition's raised. The track is fast. It's probably one of the fastest tracks out there. It's the longest track for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably one of the smoothest tracks.
Yep.
It's a smooth track, just transitions and stuff.
But the infrastructure is like no other track. The grandstands, the vendors, the way they prep the track, maintain the track.
The fans.
Yeah, absolutely the fans.
Die-hard
The fans are
fans.
diehards. There's, I think, 10,000 camping spots, and they are booked every year.
Oh,
Every year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, I don't know. That's my take on Crandon. I mean, it's legendary.
So mine's pretty lame because I never knew what Crandon was till 3 years ago. So I got out of racing, years ago, and I watched my cousin race at ERX. It was a little beater cross series. I watched him race one time, and I'm like, I got to do that. So I got into racing. I did that beater cross twice, whatever, and ended up having Speedworks build me a car, which
Speedworks, also a plug. Just kidding.
yeah. So
That's my sponsor too. Sorry, guys.
I raced out of their semi the one year, and that's when I met Matt, and that's when I came here, and that's when I started hearing about Crandon, and it was, we come here and I was flabbergasted. Like, I raced motocross and snowmobiles, and I mean, it's neat.
Yeah.
I've been to some nationals with that and whatever, but you come here, the people, I mean, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
just, it's like,
It's a different level of energy.
It's the energy, being able to go downtown and be part of all of that, and in the parade and stuff, it's just an exciting place to be. I mean,
Right.
fun,
Yeah. So this morning we had the parade.
right?
So nobody's seeing it. The track is about a mile and a half outside of town. We all the race cars leave. We go down Highway 8. They shut the highway down. They bring us into downtown, and 400 race cars all lined up on both sides of the road.
Yeah, like
And people, the fans, the kids, it's an awesome time. And like, where else can you go where 400 race cars are going downtown?
professionals, like
Yeah.
top, like Pro Ford. I mean, like you name
you
it.
got, like,
Everybody,
the Andersons, you had like
yeah.
the Dukes, everybody just
Everybody's
going out
there, and then you get to actually interact
Yeah.
with all these pros, all these amateur people. I mean, it's so fun when all these little kids come up and talk to you, and they ask, "Can I sit in your race car?"
Yeah, for sure.
That's like my favorite thing, you know, is putting them little kids in my
Yeah.
car or my
I
kid's
used to be
car.
that
It's-
kid.
I know, we all were, right?
Yeah, like
I mean,
for sure, that was me. I'm like, monster trucks, can I sit in it?
Right.
I just want to touch the tire.
Right. So I mean, that was
Yeah.
that's probably the coolest thing for me is being able to get kids interested, or parents or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
people just in general, getting to interact with them and share our passion, you know.
Yeah, some
not even-
little kid was wheeling and dealing with Matt today.
Oh,
trying to-
that was
yeah,
awesome.
he was.
Dude,
he's
he's
trying to
like,
make trades for.
Oh yeah,
it
he was
was
trying
awesome.
to trade him. He's like, and the kid works, like he helps his parents and whatever.
Yeah, they run a restaurant, downtown
yeah.
Crandon. Yeah.
So he's like, I'll trade you 2 4-wheelers, and I'll give you all the free burgers that you want when you come to town. And
Yeah, he was good.
stickers.
It was
Aw.
good.
Yeah.
We
It
were
was
gonna offer him a
priceless.
job.
I probably would have gave my car.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? You got that. You got it.
Yeah.
I like cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
It was tough, and then he starts asking, well, if it was, if you were to sell it, how much would it be? And then he starts trying to guess, you know, and he was a smart little kid.
He
man.
is, yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah.
How old was he?
Oh, 10?
Wow.
Yeah, max.
10-ish?
Yeah, if
Max.
Plus or minus.
Yeah. but-
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 8.
It's like, hey, dude, if you can see over the steering wheel and touch the pedals at the same time, got a deal.
Yeah, he was in it. Well, the kids' cars.
They
Oh.
strapped.
He was
yeah.
in the kid, not my
I'm
car.
about to say your
Yeah.
car.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
if
no.
you can touch it, you're good.
He wanted one of the kids' cars.
Yeah.
Aww.
He got in and strapped himself all in. He figured it all out. It was
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Aw.
But that right there, I mean,
For sure.
that's just seeing kids enjoy our sport and interact with them. That's what Crandon is for me, you know. And then see some of the craziest stuff happen here, like last year,
Yeah.
Johnny's crash. I mean,
That was
holy
brutal. That was
Jesus.
wicked.
Didn't think he was
Even
gonna
Menzies.
fly. Yeah, right. You don't think these guys are going to be able to walk out of that thing after that, and tough as nails,
Right.
you know.
They jump out of it, ready to go again.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Pleasant, how about you?
2 words: cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know how to get the people going. Anyways.
That's funny.
But nah, I mean, yeah, they have good cheese curds. I'll give them that. But not yeah, like these guys have been saying, like Crandon, like just the amount of talent that's in this one spot.
All
Like,
right.
It's unbelievable. Like everybody out there is good. Like I don't care who they are. If you're out there racing Crandon, you're a decent driver. Does not matter. Like you're good people. Like, and like we talk about the fans. These fans aren't just kids. They're adults. They're older people. They're every generation you can think of. They're out here. They're excited. They're supporting. They're in the rain with their raincoats on and
Yeah,
their one little
right.
umbrella, hanging out, still watching all day long.
And it's freezing today.
It's
Yeah,
cold.
it's
That
cold
rain
today.
was not warm.
Right.
And it's just like, just to see that and to be a part of it. I know, like, my first year here was 6 years ago, I believe, and I was in a mini monster truck. I brought my mini there with Vision Wheel and their booth, and I was a spectator. And this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I have never once, and I do truck shows, just different kind of events around the country, like UTV events, like a bunch of different stuff. I have never seen a town shut down like it does at Crandon.
Right.
For sure.
Ever. Like, and just to now to be a part of that, it's
Well,
unbelievable. I'm living my dream.
the 50th,
Yeah,
we
right.
got to be
Yeah.
part of it. Like, we got to sign the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in the barn, so, you know, we're going to go down in history.
Right?
Pretty cool.
I get a side note thing. I'm gonna stand up there. I'm gonna sneak in there. Throw a sticker on it. Whoop. Barbie.
Alright, so we've been at this a while. Where can we find you on social media?
4x4_Barbie.com. Well, Barbie.com. No, but just Barbie. I don't know why I said .com. I don't know where that came
so don't
from.
go to the .com.
My website is almost running, not yet, but you know. It's never running.
Well, you know whose website is running? Warhead.com.
Warhead.com.
I think that's where the .com came from. I've been saying your guys' name so many times.
That's funny.
Anyways.
Alright, so you're 4x4 Barbie.
Yep. Facebook,
Matt's
Instagram, YouTube, TikTok.
4x4 Ken is Matt.
Yeah, TikTok too. He's on it.
Yeah. I
He
thought
doesn't
we were
know it
going
yet.
6x6.
6x6 Ken. Yeah.
He's got an OF. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but I did.
Alright, so check out her stuff. She's got like 10 trillion fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
I got like 1 trillion. I'm just kidding. It's like 1 trillion, but who's
Don't be
counting?
modest.
God, guys.
You put out like a bunch of great content, so we follow you guys. You know,
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Matt, where can people find you?
Before Ken, I already said. We already
Besides
talked about it.
Warhead base in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Warhead on Instagram, Facebook. Otherwise, Bone Motorsports, Instagram, Facebook.
Joe.
Instagram, Facebook, or Drossel Motorsports on Facebook. I'm horrible with social media.
We're
Gotta get
working
better
on
at
them.
that.
We're working on them.
That's all right. we got a couple of media guys back here.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Warhead Media.
Yeah.
Oh, done.
Bam.
I'll send you a bill.
Yep. Send you a quote.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You can find me at Sack Industries.
Don't pay attention to him back there. It's fine. He's fine.
Well, that's
Before
a
we
true
cut this
story.
off, do we want to get them all in here? Just to,
Let's get them all in here real quick.
all right. A special treat for anybody who wants all
they're coming
55
up
minutes of this.
camera.
The spotter's coming in.
Spot is coming.
Spotter's
Oh,
coming in.
no.
So,
It's like this.
you asked how special Crandon is? This is how special Crandon is. This
He is
only
the
comes
epitome.
out at Crandon.
So yeah, I do it every year. I shave a goofy facial hair thing, whatever. I got a mullet going on, just to ease the tension, make the weekend a little bit more fun, and it seems to work every time I do it. Like, we have good results, so we're gonna keep the tradition alive.
He's lying. He looks like this every day.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I got good one-liners every once in a while.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Take it out.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Episode 3. Joe, Sam, Pleasant. It's been real. We're at Crandon, baby.
Bye.